Right, my little diamonds, listening. God, I've missed you. We might have to shorten lunch break. Can't handle being away from you for that long. Shading, guys, my fucking bread and butter, this. Today, this afternoon, we're going to cover shading, building shading using a brush stroke and a pendulum method, okay? Similar with the stipple shading. That same action with shading, the needle's going to contact the skin to create a seamless edge. We're not lowering onto the skin, dragging it along and lifting up. That'd be too harsh. It's that gliding motion on and off the skin, okay, that's going to build out these nice blends. We're introducing the pots. You've got your solid black, your 50%, your 30% and your few drops. Mixing between pots. If I'm in one of my pots and then I dip into the next pot, that's blending down the ink that's in here, okay? If I'm in my 50% and dip straight into my 30%, I'm mixing a wash somewhere in between the two. So you can get different blends by dipping in different pots while you're shading, okay? If I'm in my solid black and I jump down to my third pot, my 30%, when I dip that, that's not now 30%, it's somewhere between the two, because it's already carrying some ink from the 100% wash. That's why shading can get complicated, and it's something you get good at over time, okay? And I'll come down my pot and do more blending out, and then blending my final finish blend with my softest pot, and that's where I'm really smoothing things out. But I'll tend to do this towards the end of the tattoo. I'm going back over stuff and blending things out. You're going to see this in the demonstrations, okay? I'm going to zoom in a touch, guys. I want you to pay attention to that needle tip striking the skin, okay? Guys, pay attention to my speed, how I'm gliding, okay? Now, how fast you glide will determine how that ink's getting saturated in. So, when you watch me shade on the demo... Can you hear at the back, by the way, Kim? Are you sure? Yeah. Because I like the music, you see. It makes me... does a little something to me. Does a little something to me. How fast that hand motion glides will determine how many times that them needles perforate the skin, okay? Or saturate that area. Every single time I contact, I'm returning to that start point because I'm building off a solid edge, okay? What you can notice as a stroke further out, you can see here it's starting to get really solid and black, and then there's a nice blend as it goes out. You can see it's starting to blend out, and this has stayed in my 50%, so I've not even started to come down my washes to smoothing it out more. You've seen that flat view of the needle gliding along. I can travel in any direction with that needle, okay? If I travel completely forward, I'm showing all that needle width is penetrating the skin, okay? If I travel diagonal, it's the exact same, but it's a thinner path, okay? And if I travel sideways, it's literally the width of two needles. Does that make sense? Okay, so you can shade, you have manoeuvrability with this needle. Even though it's the needle's at a 15 and it's at a certain width, I can use that in directions to make that shading path really thin.